1993 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Original owners, they bought two of these vehicles. One was a two-door, one was a four-door, husband and wife. They bought them brand new. They don't want new cars. And the story is they will put any kind of money it is to keep these ones going because they're very old now. And they're very comfortable with these cars because, you know, all the old newer cars have too many gadgets, bells and whistles and lights on the dash. And, you know, they're older. They're like my mom. She wants a rotary phone. If it's going to be a cell phone, she would like to still have the old rotary that you could spin a dial on it. And she wants no display. If she can have a cell phone connected to the wall, that's what she would prefer. And I could understand that. When people get that old, they don't want to change their car. They're very safe driving in a car that they know that they're very aware of how they back up and how it steers and everything. You don't want old people to have to. And for these individuals, supposedly, I was told, it's even if they had to put an engine or transmission in a car that has a value of $500, dropping $10,000 into a car is like buying a latte for them. How's that for a reference? And they'll do anything to fix anything to make it keep working and not change vehicles. So that was just the scenario I was given here. Old R12 system. I could hear the pump is running all this time because this is on the suspension's on a leveler. I could see it going up and they're losing pressure, so they need to get their suspension fixed. One of their airbags or lines are leaking and the pump is constantly trying to level the vehicle out. So I'm going to fill this up. It only had vapor pressure and it had no liquid in the system. And I know on these old compressors, the body, the shell of the body sometimes would have a leak. Sometimes the shaft seal. There's oil and coolant everywhere. It just had I guess a radiator failure. I see new hoses everywhere, a new radiator. So that's why I see wetness everywhere and I can't barely tell the difference between what's coolant and oil. Here's one of General Motors' abortions. Another one of their abortions was this idea. A proprietary, stupid, let me see if I could focus here. Come on, Apple. Focus, yep. And that's another. General Motors and Apple are alike, making abortion products. This little valve right here, you see that thing? Look inside there. Do you see how deep that is way down there? Proprietary, garbage. This was another abortion product that for a reason General Motors and Ford and Chrysler, Toyota has taken over because Toyota doesn't produce garbage like this that nobody doesn't want to work on. I'm doing it all. I don't even know where my adapters are for that. I used to have these adapters. I don't even know where they are anymore. And so I'm doing it all through the low side. I'm not going to use the high side, so I'm going to put the fitting back on that. Can't remember which one it was. And that will never get used. And I'll do everything through the low side. Has an accumulator on it. It has an orifice tube. The orifice tube is located right here before the evaporator. You take this out and you can check inside for compressor shavings, because in this day, back in this age, these condensers had the big fins on them, big 3/8 tubes. You see those big 3/8 tubes there? Those are big, not the 6mm European ones, big 3/8. And these compressors had pistons. A lot of the new compressors don't even have pistons anymore. But what would happen if you ran them low on refrigerant sometimes, R12 wasn't as bad as R134, that little shavings of the piston ring material would make it all the way through the condenser, make it past all the loops, come out, and get lodged in, oh, wait a minute. Well, I forgot. On some of these early cars, the orifice tube could have been here too. And here. So depending on which year, make, model it was, you can have an orifice tube here or an orifice tube here. And we would open them up and pull out the orifice tube and look for little black thin slivers of compressor ring material. Compressor can still be working, building pressure and making it cold, but that is some compressor ring material that was shaved away, overheated from running low on refrigerant, made it through the condenser and lodged into the screen of the orifice tube. Not a lot of it, and we're not talking about a failure. We're just talking the beginnings of damage where you know there's something wrong. What else can I tell you about these old ones? That's it. That comes off the top of my memory right now, because I don't see these that much anymore. Maybe once every 2 years I'll see one of these old beasts, because they all been melted down and recycled because they're Chevys, and that's what happens with them. They're not worth fixing. Chevy, Cadillac, same thing. All right, guys, I'll see you later. I'm gonna do a triple charge and evacuation with nitrogen, and because I want to get all the residue of R12 out of the system. I'm going to go away for lunch, leave it on for an extra hour on the vacuum pump, and then fire it up. And as you could tell, I've had it on here for like 10 minutes now. I'm down to 500 microns, really easy on this old system, compared to as if it was a brand new car, only 1 year old. You take out the evaporator, leave the lines open overnight. I could never hit a low vacuum like that within a few minutes, because POE oil on all the new cars, especially Hondas, even on non-electric compressors, use POE oil, absorbs so much moisture. I still can't get the vacuum down that low within a short amount of time like mineral oil, because mineral oil does not absorb moisture like PAG or POE. All right, catch you guys later.